afternoon.
Hi, Chloe.
Take a seat.
Thanks.
So last time I saw you, I think you were going away, weren't you, for a long weekend?
Yeah, we left to advantage of the show day. Went down to Brianna again, like last year, which is really cool.
Yeah. Had heaps of fun?
Yeah, we did. Didn't have the best weather the first couple of days, but it was fine, and took the kayaks this time and did a bit of bushwalking up the mountain in between the rain, which is something we didn't get to do last time.
Good view? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm really glad that you had some fun and had some time away with your husband. That must have been lovely.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, the last time I caught up with you, which was your second session, you were going to have a meeting with John, the builder, because, you know, his work was obviously pretty faulty and you weren't happy with how that went down. And he's also a friend of yours too. So you're going to have a meeting. How did that go?
Yeah, so we had the meeting, we organised it on the Tuesday morning, after we had a couple of builders come to the house on the Monday and look over it. So kind of sent the message on Tuesday morning to not come and work there, and then to have a meeting that night. So it's obviously a bit of a nerve-wracking time to send that message. Try to send it in a kind of polite way, but you know, can just come to the meeting. So yeah, it went backwards and forwards a little bit because I tried to get my friend Kate, John's partner, to come.
Yep.
So that she was involved, so she could hear everything firsthand and understand the situation.
Yep.
Just because we've known her for so long, and like, her parents and my parents are friends and stuff. But she didn't want a bar of that. Like, she kind of just said, well, you know, I'm not a builder, so I don't know anything about it, so there'd be no point in me being there, and went back and forwards. And I did have a conversation with her because I just wanted to speak to her, and she was very neutral. Like, she was okay, but she just sort of palmed everything off and said, well, you talk about that at the meeting, that's for John to deal with basically everything, including like the money side of things. So so we set the meeting up for 5:45 that night, and Cal and I would be there, and then Josh, the new builder, and John as well. So that was all fine. So I got home and had a phone call from John at 5:30, which was pretty aggressive kind of phone call. He's kind of having a real crack about Josh, and Josh coming to the house, and sort of was saying things about Josh who he didn't know, he never met, which were pretty not okay things. I basically couldn't get a word in, I was just listening to him. So I was home alone and I was kind of a bit worked up about the whole way the phone call was going. And I just had to sort of cut him off and say, well, you know, Josh came around for a beer last night, we can go out of our way for someone to look at your work, and so, you know, and I've had a second opinion, and it's always the best way to deal with it is to mediate it and to have a meeting. And so he didn't disagree, and said, yep, no worries, what time do you want me? And I put him off till 6 because Kaz was held up that first day for that work. And then Josh got there halfway through the phone call, and I kind of put him on speaker and let him listen to it because he was saying really derogatory things about Josh and his building company. So then Josh went and double checked the building site, and then rang his boss, Sam. Sam happened to be in Latrobe, so he came straight away, which I felt good about because I felt really bad about Josh being stuck in this whole situation, because I was panicking, thinking that John was going to turn up in this aggressive, angry state, and there was just the three of us there. So so Sam got there. John didn't turn up on time, so Callum got home, and I had to ring my friend because he rang off her phone, so I answered and said that he was coming, he was on his way, and so he kind of got there like 40 minutes late. He did turn up, which is good, and sort of got off to a bit of a, you know, he's really defensive about everything to start with, but like Sam and Josh were awesome. Like Sam was awesome, just sort of was really technical about everything with building, and then, you know, he finally started to come around to the point where he knew he couldn't get out of the situation. Like, you know, there's no way he could talk his way out of it because everything he said Sam had the technical answer for and reason why. And so I guess at the end of the day, an hour later at the meeting, kind of got to the point where John knew that he'd done the wrong thing, knew that he wanted to fix it, he just wanted to make everything right and fix it, which is, you know, good, but Sam had said, well, you don't have the skills and all that sort of stuff, and he accepted that as well. So it was put to him by Sam that the best thing for him to do now would be to spend the day pulling up the deck, the materials, everything he'd done, unscrewing it, stacking it in a pile off the ground for then basically to Josh to come in and work from scratch, re-excavate, start again, and also as well, because he'd ruined expensive decking and timber like that, that John should replace the materials. So obviously replacing the materials would be the same as also refunding us. So that's kind of where, I mean, it all left really amicable at the meeting, and there was hugs and handshakes and all that sort of thing. So that side of it, I guess, went well, because, I mean, I feel good about the meeting, because at the end of the day, John would have finished the deck, walked away with the money and left us with a product that was going to basically be unsafe and unstable and be useless to have to be pulled down in 3 to 6 months anyway.
Yeah, okay. And going back to that conversation that you had with John on the phone, that sounds like it would have not been a very nice experience for you.
No, I wasn't, like, it wasn't what I was expecting, and I was just like, you know, when someone's talking at you like that, not necessarily directing stuff, like horrible stuff to me, but just that kind of thing, it's very like, you know, my heart was racing and I was panicking because I was home alone initially at the time. So, you know, I was thinking, well, I'm going to have to lock the doors, and if he comes around, like, I'm just going to have to stay hidden. Like, you know, what someone's capable of when they're angry and aggressive.
Would have been quite scary.
Yeah, it was. I panicked. I rang a friend of mine that lives down the road, she wasn't home from work, just to see if someone could be there. I mean, Josh turned up halfway through the conversation, which was good, but then I was obviously concerned for him coming here, doing us a favour, and then having to deal with potentially you don't know what.
Sounds like you tackled it quite well though, the best that you could have possibly have done, so that's really good. I mean, it's really disappointing that he would speak to you that way, especially by yourself, but at least you got out of that. Sounds like the best way that you possibly could. Okay, so you've had this meeting with John. Now, do you think you've resolved that problem after that meeting?
Well, I guess, like, the good part of that meeting was we resolved the fact that he didn't do it right and he's not capable of doing it, so that side of things was addressed, but there was no admission by him of assisting to resolve it, apart from like pulling it up, taking it apart. So he didn't say he would or he wouldn't, he just said, I need to do everything I can to make it right. So basically to do that, we need either the materials replaced or money refunded. And I suppose too, what wasn't addressed in the meeting as well was that we've got like probably $1,000 worth of outstanding receipts that we don't have the evidence of the receipts. So, but he's already been paid the money for it as well. So I suppose at the moment, like he has come back. He didn't come back the day he said he would, but he came back Thursday and I think did a really good job of pulling it up and stacking it off the ground like they talked about, and pulling the screws out and all that sort of thing. So it's been left like that. But we've sent him a text message on Thursday to drop the receipts into our letterbox because we won't be home. Didn't do it, so then Callum, my husband, followed up another text message, polite one, just asking for the receipts to be dropped in. So I suppose we're still really in limbo because he hasn't communicated with us at all, and so we really don't have a final resolution because we don't know what's happening with you know, with that side of thing. Like, he never said to us he didn't have the money or yeah, he didn't say that he would replace them, but he didn't say that he wouldn't. He just said, I've got to make it right, and I'll definitely come here and do this, and yeah. So, and like Sam put it to him like probably 5 or 6 times. Well, to make it right, you need to pull it up. Plus, you need to deal with the money side of things. So whether that's by replacing the materials or giving us money back that we've already paid to him.
Yep. Okay then, well, let's look at it this way. What would be the perfect scenario if we looked at all of this, and how do you want it to end? What would be if everything could go right, how would it look for you?
Yeah, so I suppose John goes away tomorrow to South Africa for a couple of months.
Yep.
Because his sister's like terminally ill, which throws a bit of a aspect on it. But I guess the ideal situation would be we'd get the receipts.
Yep.
Which we'd be happy with.
Mm-hmm.
Or we'd get the money back that was said to be for the receipts, but it wasn't. And I mean, ideally, I would love him just to replace the materials like was discussed. Rather than us having to get the money, go and buy it, blah blah blah. Like if he replaced the materials, that would just save us as well that hassle. And he was happy about it, and he was apologetic, and just I suppose that's the ideal scenario, that he and Kate would come around. His materials were so sorry. Everyone loves each other, and let's just forget this ever happened.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. So that sounds great. What do you think is probably bits you can take out of that you could put into place that you think would work for that situation?
Yeah, so basically I think we need, because we've had no communication to our messages about the receipts.
Yep.
We really need to take that next step, and I think we need to contact him. I'm not comfortable calling him because of the last phone conversation we had wasn't great, and I do need him to realise that that's why I'm not going to call. So I think what we'll do is we'll send a text message to him and also include Kate in the message and just address the outstanding matters. So we need to say, I'm going to say thanks for pulling up the debt, that's great, you've done a good job of that. Haven't got the receipts even though we sent you a couple of messages on this day and that day. Can you please either do that or, and we also need you to tell us what's happening with replacing the materials or the refund.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're way out of pocket with this. We've given you all of our savings, and so for us, like the cost, he knows the cost of replacing it because that was discussed at the meeting, but he hasn't said either way what's happening, so I just need to address that point in the message and just say, look, can you let us know what's happening before you go away, and just sort of as well, like I'm just going to say, look, I've been in your shoes as well with regards to your sister. I know what that's like, and I'm really sorry that's happening, and I hope everything goes well. And like Callan doesn't think he has any money to replace things, which I mean I understand that. Sometimes we don't have the money to replace it either, and if he's had to book airfares and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I know that his problems aren't our problems, but he's created a problem for us. But I'm happy to be flexible and offer, when you're back, I'm happy to look into some kind of payment plan or something like that so that he can, I guess ultimately I just want him to kind of come back to our message and say, okay, I don't have the money, so can I enter into this payment plan? Or, yep, I do have the money, here it is, or I'm replacing materials, it's on order. I just need some kind of final, even if you come to us and said, I've got no money and I can't replace anything, and I'm a uni student so I can't afford a repayment, I'm not going to hold on to it.
Yep.
But until he kind of addresses all that final point, I don't have any closure.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're going to go ahead, he doesn't know this, but we're just going to go ahead and get it done, and probably just redraw out a home loan, or my parents will give us the money we need to fix it all.
Yeah.
But I just need him to be honest about his side of it, like what he can or can't afford, really.
Yeah, okay.
And whether or not, if he refuses to say that he doesn't want to do any of those things, then I'm not worried about losing a relationship with someone like that.
Yeah, okay. So at this stage, what are you feeling towards John?
Yeah,
The
I
situation
guess
you're in?
just really disappointed in what's
Yeah.
happened. I mean, at the end of the day, we kind of went with him because he needed some work, because he needed some money, because he's finished at uni for the semester, and he told us he was a builder. I'm not sure that he is a builder, so kind of like we were going to wait and do the deck, after summer with another guy, with Josh, so that we could save some more money and actually use Modwood, which is a really expensive product.
Yep.
But we kind of just felt that we wanted to help him out. So in some ways, like, we're really hurt.
Yeah.
Really hurt, like, by Kate, that she's distanced herself from this situation since there's been an issue, that she hasn't taken it on board, she hasn't dealt with it. So I guess, like, sort of a bit like, well, what does your friendship mean to me? Because I'm just trying to salvage relationships rather than a deck.
Do you feel like the relationship with Kate, because you did mention that you guys have been friends for a really long time, do you think that's salvageable, or do you think you're beyond that?
No, I do think it's definitely I do think we can. I mean, there hasn't technically been an issue with us apart from that. I think she could be more proactive in what's happening at the moment.
Yep.
But I suppose if she's not interested in making any effort towards resolving it, then I kind of feel like perhaps